What is a scam that everybody should know about? If you ever get an email about account activity that you aren't expecting, i.e. password changes, SUS logins, etc., never click the link that was sent to you. Instead, open a new window or tab and go to the website contacting you and use their proper support line. Being charged a convenience fee for the honor of being able to pay a bill by phone or online. Really? I have to pay you to pay you? Scams I've warned my parents about. 1. Never get onto a computer if a customer service representative who called them tells them to. 2. I will never take a trip overseas without telling them. Find myself stranded and need money wired to me. I'm a postal worker. A problem I've uncovered a couple of times are online sellers giving you a tracking number for a small inexpensive item that is going to the same zip code as the item that you have ordered. When that item is scanned, delivered 99% of the time to another postal customer, you will think that your nice expensive item that you have ordered is lost or misdelivered when in reality it was never sent at all. Or your PayPal account is hacked with the same scenario. The expensive item that you have ordered is diverted to another party and the tracking number that you had issued to you is for an inexpensive item going to the same zip code. I had that happen just yesterday, in fact. A lady came in screaming at me because I'd lost her package that she said was delivered to a parcel locker, according to her tracking number. But it wasn't there. That package was indeed still there at the post office, and I pulled it out to show her. It was addressed to another customer and it had been delivered to them in the parcel locker, as the tracking number indicated. So, be careful when you shop online. Thieves find ways to capitalize on anything. Online gurus that ask you to buy a course in order to learn a skill that'll let you quit your 9-to-5 and run your own agency. Tai Lopez basically. Charging a fee to sell your house, especially when it's a % of the cost of the house. Every single MLM out there. There is not a single good one. It has nothing to do with products and everything to do with the business model. You are set up to fail 100% of the time. The Biden administration is not personally contacting you about insurance or student loan debt. I've seen a ton of this scam happening. Dude meets hot girl online somehow, whether from a dating site or forum somewhere, Instagram, etc. Hot girl asks to Snapchat, FaceTime, whatever, for sexy stuff. Dude jerks off on video for her. Hot girl turns out to not be a hot girl, and is instead a scammer who now threatens to send that video to all of his Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, etc. followers unless he sends money. This crazily seems to happen all the time and people still fall for it. Fake job scams are becoming increasingly common now that WFH jobs are becoming popular. Here is how it works. 1. An employer contacts you for an interview. The pay is usually very good. Too good to refuse, especially for people who are down bad. 2. You pass the interview and you're sent the generic hiring paperwork. This is really bad as it is sometimes almost impossible at this stage to tell it's a scam. But there are ways to tell, which I'll explain later. Forms like a W-2, I-9 and direct deposit forms. Stuff you would normally fill out for a legit job, but it gives them all of your very personal information such as your SSN. 3. This is where the scam becomes obvious. They tell you that you need to purchase the equipment, such as a laptop, printer, software, etc. They will tell you that they will cover it and they send you a check. Then you're supposed to buy the stuff, usually through sketchy means like wire transfer or gift cards. Since the check is fake, Once you spend this money, the check will inevitably bounce, and now you're down the hole by the thousands. Your employer now dips out and you're scammed. There might be easier ways to tell, but my advice is to always ask how you will be receiving your supplies before filing any paperwork and sending it to them. If they refuse to tell you how it will work, or they tell you anything involving having you purchase the equipment, it's a scam and you can just dip out, or mess with them if you have the time to do so. I nearly fell for one of these scams a few months ago. I never sent them the money because it was obvious. But at that stage, one already sent them my SSN and other information. I had to freeze all of my credit, which there are guides on how to do so that are easily found. If you get caught in a scam like this, I would recommend getting a new bank account, freezing all your credit, filing a fraud report for your credit. This will prevent any scammers from opening any loans or credit lines in your name. File a report for a stolen SSN and contact the FTC and file a report with them as well with as much detail as you can. Do not click on links or emails you don't recognize. There's always a chance you're going to open yourself up to a myriad of security issues, including malware, keyloggers, adware, etc. You didn't win a free TV if you didn't actually take the time to actually fill out and submit a contest entry. You don't have a relative that wants to send you money via email. It's called phishing for a reason. Don't take the bait. Edit. Some have pointed out this isn't called phishing. My mistake. Timeshare. 4 patriots selling expensive end-of-the-world supplies to old people. Send me $500 in iPhone gift cards and I'll tell you. I dated a woman who appeared in a Hydroxycut promo. She is an actress, and they stretched out an old shot of her in Photoshop even though she was never obese. I think it's very well known by now, but I still see people walking right in the trap every single time I'm in Prague. Money exchange offices. The vast majority of those you find in the city center are scam. Even though they have advertisements such as zero commission all over them, their exchange rate does by no means reflect the real value of your money. Crypto TKO. Romance scammers. It seems so silly, but we need to grow a strong awareness at a young age of how these folks operate. There are so many of them and they con so many older folks, especially older single ladies, out of a lot of money. I had an aunt who just could not believe anyone would do that to her, that she would not listen to any of us when we tried to explain that her long-distance love interest was not at all who he said he was. It's too unbelievable to the victim. Phone fundraising for police, FOP, etc. and PACs. Typically they're giving about 10% or less of what your poor old granny gives to the actual police organization. The telemarketers themselves keep about 90% in most cases, in some as high as 93%. Most of the owners of these telemarketing companies are billionaires whose entire salary is paid for by these donations. They will read a script about some recent fallen officer, tug at your granny's heartstrings, and say how they are going to help the families of those killed in the line of duty. Spoiler alert, they don't. The police unions, with a few exceptions, nationally, have no motivation to put an end to it because, as they say, 10% of something is better than 100% of nothing. But that ignores the problem of all of the donors, most of whom are very elderly and easily suggestible, and who are essentially being duped into giving their precious $100 to police, while the police end up with $710 of that. If you receive these calls and feel motivated to donate to the police union, even though your tax dollars are already funding the police force, You should hang up and call your local precinct directly. Otherwise you are basically paying a telemarketing company. Hot single mums in your vicinity that are ready to F.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.